Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of the penultimate round of Apex Racing League Touring Car Britain 2025. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson. David would have had a few weeks to wait for this round, 3 weeks since Knockhill. I wasn't even around for that one, so it's 5 weeks. And I'm very pleased to be here, but all of a sudden it does feel like the season's nearly over. We've just got this round and then Brands Hatch Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time, and then that's it for the year.
It has flown by. I forgot you wasn't here for last round.
Thank you for that. That's a really nice comment.
Well, there was two Titans, so it was...
There was two Titans, so?
Titans, mechas, like good broadcasters.
Oh, sure.
But the lead wasn't here.
Yeah.
So it was a mess.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this. Oulton Park. Obviously, we've got the artwork update, which I've done a few laps of. It does look good. I mean, you pay the price of FPS, but it does look good. So yeah, I'm really excited. And obviously, yeah, to close out of Brands, that's my favourite track on the calendar.
Absolutely. We were actually meant to run this round, I think, for round 5 of the season, but because we had too many entries, this circuit is weird where you can only have 40 drivers. And so because we had too many drivers, we had to delay it. And it's worked out because we get a very pretty looking Oulton Park Bridge, I'm sure many of our viewers have not yet seen properly. Well, we can have a look at the championship standings then going into this round. And this is getting pretty exciting now, David. Gabriele Bonacorsi has been on a mighty run of form recently. He's scored the most amount of points of anyone in the past 2 rounds. And all of a sudden, he's only 30 points behind with 2 rounds to go. He could win this, could the Italian?
Yeah, and early doors looked like Moon was just going to run away with this. So yeah, exciting to close out the championship nice and tight.
Yeah, I think Merger's too far back. Merger's also got a quali ban today, so it is definitely a 2-horse race. In the Pro-Ams, it's not a 2-horse race. Sikorsky leads the way, but none of these guys have ever really been able to put a proper foothold in the championship. No one's won consecutive rounds all season long, and in fact, Sikorsky hasn't won a single round so far this season. He's always been second or third best, or sometimes lower than that. But Harhov is keeping him very honest. Hurd is still closer. Mihailov had a brilliant round last time out, maybe too far back, but maybe the top 5 still have a chance there. I mean, it's still very close.
Yeah, it's a shame because Harhov has been quick. He's just either scored good points or bad points. I just feel like he's always gone for things or had bad qualifying. Something's always happened. He gets back through the field, then maybe oversteps a little bit, but you know, he does look like he's quick enough.
Unfortunately, it is over in the AMs, basically.
Yeah.
Because Finkbeiner, I don't think he even needs to turn up for the last 2 rounds. So I think he's basically our champion already. Miles ahead of Russ Fowler. Russ missed the previous round, and I think that didn't exactly help his efforts. So yeah, that one is pretty much done and dusted there. We have got the Teams Championship as well, and it's Mag Performance leading the way there. But yeah, Smiller Esports Germany gradually falling back. I feel like Mag Performance just with Mergia and Moon gradually pulling away from the rest.
Yes, very strong team. They only score huge points.
Yeah, very, very good and impressive as well, considering that they've only got 2 drivers. That can often be a weakness, but it has not affected them too badly so far this season. In terms of the tracks, like we said, Oulton Park tonight on the island layouts, which isn't as good as the full lap, but we are following the BTCC circuit, and then Brands Hatch Grand Prix for the last round.
Yep, obviously we did the Brands Hatch Indy layout. Not a layout I love, but I did love the race.
It was a great race, wasn't it? Hopefully a little bit of rain. No rain today, unfortunately. Our weather is very clear for this round of the championship. And so we don't need to be worrying about that. We've also got the format as well, which we can show you. And today it's a 9-car reverse grid for race 3. So we've had some big ones recently. It's gone up to 12. But today it's just a 9-car reverse grid. This, would you say, is the most tricky to overtake circuit on the calendar?
Well, no, Brands Indy, I think, probably wins.
Indy.
Yeah, it probably wins that. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know the... I was trying to think of the island layout when you said it, but I assume it just misses the second...
Shell oil... Well, here we go,
yeah,
David.
You can teach
on
me.
Cue. So, you can see there, T1 on the... Have the off-tracks changed around here? Or are they still as stupid as they were?
I think 3 was better, but I only did 3 laps. So,
sure.
But yeah, I've always found is at the exit of the outside of 3, all you got to do is touch the damn curb.
Exactly. It's like if your tyre is off the circuit, that's one exit. It's probably it's genuinely the worst off-track I think on the game. T1 has been quite tricky as well, but I think they changed the outside curb there as well, so might be a bit more of a physical to turn then down into T2 and T3 Cascades.
And to me, what's changed here the most is the grass isn't as scary as it used to be. You can track out onto it and not die. Yeah, you lose a bit of time, but you used to die.
This is where we cut a lot of the circuit.
Oh, I see.
You swing left into the banks right. It's a really nice section of circuit. Maybe it's unsafe for BTCC. I'm not quite sure. There's very little runner.
Swinging left is horrible on cold tyres, though, because obviously you're doing everything you don't want to do in the car in that corner.
And often, if you go wide at the left, you just hit the car 10
yeah,
exactly. Instead of you in the right. So, yeah. We are using the chicane for 5 and 6. Slows down the cars enough before Knickerbrook at T7. You can see, again, there's very little runoff area there, so hence why they have the chicane. And then I think probably the best bit of the circuit, honestly, lots of undulation up to Clay Hill, Water Tower, and then it's Druids, which is the fast right. This bit has a really nice flow to it.
Yeah, great section. You need a good run at the chicane, and I don't know how the draft is, trying to remember. It's been so many weeks, I feel like I'm starting again.
Yeah, yeah, nine rounds in, but yeah, we're still learning the way. Yeah, T10, and then the last corner, which again is quite a weird corner.
It is. It's easy to make a mistake because you're driving up to it and you can see it for miles and it seems so simple.
Yeah.
You get there and everything's gone wrong. You've gone too deep, you're slow, you're now going slightly uphill off camber, and yeah, all your lap time gone, especially in qualifying.
Yeah, maybe one of the better overtaking spots as well, albeit it is limited. So we'll see how much overtaking we get. Qualifying is going to be very, very important for this round of the championship, undoubtedly. We can look at our picks for this round of the championship as well, and we both want a championship battle. So I've gone for Gabriele Bonacorsi, not because he's won the last 2 rounds, because I sort of want him to win, because I want it to go down to the last round between him and Moon. We'll see if that happens. Stephen Hurd has a quali ban, and I didn't realise that when I made my pick. So that's a long shot for the Pro-Ams. Again, I want him to get into championship contention. And Lucas Finkbein has been absolutely monumental. And seeing that he's already won the championship, I thought I may as well be boring and go for him in the AMs. What was your logic for your picks, David?
Strong. Obviously, there's Moon as well, but Bonacorski's been on an absolute charge. Yeah, been really impressing. Obviously, he's got a very strong opponent in Moon, though. Leon Harhoff, I spoke about earlier. I think he's been really quick. I think strategically, if he looked back, he could have won this, the Pro-Am Championship, but I mean, it's tough when you think race to race. And Scott Malcolm, yeah, he's been great to watch. Like, it's been tough in AM. Yeah, I think he's got a chance. Yeah, I'm feeling optimistic about my chances. I don't think I've picked a leader in the championships in any of them.
No. And I applaud you for that.
Thank you. It is tempting.
Yeah. So yeah, that is our picks then for this round. So we'll go to an advert now, but when we're back, we'll be showing you the qualifying action.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Oulton Park and a feast for your eyes. It's the updated Oulton Park, and our graphics producer, Christian Steenberg, doing a very good job with this new scan to get some new images, and it does look very nice. Used to be a lot of wheelie bin, or not wheelie bins, sorry, but like just like big bins, you know?
Yeah.
around this circuit, just on the side of the track, and that was like the decor of the place. But now we've got car parks, we've got those banners up, we've got nice grass. It looks very nice.
It does look good, yeah. I mean, I never run foliage on, so it's nice to see, but it still looked stunning without all this 3D pixel grass.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Unfortunately, it's not quite as sunny in the race session as it was on those images.
Typical England.
Yeah, it does look a little bit naff, but here they are, and this is one of the trickier corners on the circuit. The very tight hairpin, which you would think would be a good overtaking spot, but it is so narrowed down in there, it's almost impossible to overtake because you can just defend.
I think I've done this layout in either Skip Barber or F3. I assume Skip Barber. Yeah, it rings a bell now.
I did this circuit in the Porsche esports Carrera Cup GB.
Oh, yeah.
Which I was a very competitive driver in. And
hey, I wasn't even brave enough to try and qualify, so
yeah. I think I don't think I scored points at this round. In the first race, I think everyone starts on wet tyres when they should have started on slicks, I feel like, because that was what the default was on the setup. It's like fixed setup. So that was, I think I still didn't score points. And then the second race, I think I was just really slow. It was wet and I didn't do any practice. I mean, it's all coming back to me now. And I probably finished up over a minute off the lead in a 20-minute race. So that's
a shame.
Really good
had you
memories.
practiced, it only been 42 seconds.
Yeah, I'm coming a bit higher. But yeah, not good memories for me. But
Hey, you
most
took
of
part.
these drivers
That's
are
good.
better than me. We've got a new driver, actually, Skenderi. We've got a couple of new drivers. One of them is very good. And no disrespect to...
One of them is really good.
Okay, I realised that afterwards I'm quite tired. And I don't really mean what an introduction this is for Haris Skenderi, the Bosnia and Herzegovina driver. He is currently running in 6th position. But he is 2K. But our other new driver is James Dennison, who is 8K. So that's what I meant.
Why do I know the name James Dennison? Maybe you're just seeing him on officials.
So watch out for James. He'll be in the pro qualifying. We're currently watching the amateurs. And Russ Fowler, in practice, was by far the fastest driver in the amateurs.
Talking of Russ Fowler, we've got Kitty in chat cheering on Russ Fowler, and it's a local track.
Bad news for me is that my pick isn't here. Lucas Finkbeiner.
Well, you said he doesn't need to.
Oh, no, he is around. Sorry, he's just not doing qualifying. I think he might have a ban. So we do have 11 amateurs, sorry. But Spillane, Finkbeiner I've got quali bans. So Zuko moves up to 3rd place. And then Ian Redman, I think, has got an injury or some kind of a PC issue. He said he was not able to take part in the race. We've got a lot of quali bans actually today. To confirm, they are Daniel Spillane, Giacomo Murgia, Julian Chazanet, Kostas Kalaudis, Lucas Finkbeiner, Neg Mihai, Rhys Saunders, and Stephen Hurd, and Vincent Chazanet all have qualifying bans. Because they have been naughty drivers in the last... There was a lot of incidents back at Knockhill.
You are a fan of this track, though, apart from the bad memories? Or is the off-tracks got to you?
Off-tracks aren't great. I don't like the chicanes, really. And I like tricky to overtake circuits. I like a street circuit, for example, like a Long Beach or a Belle Isle. I'm right down for. This place is too tricky to overtake, though. It's too narrow. Like, you really are relying on another driver to make a mistake to have a chance.
Sure. Yeah, especially this twisty... I mean, we can almost call it a straight. The fact you're moving left and right all the time, you've got to trust the guy you're next to as well.
Yeah, very true. Russ Fowler going faster and faster. You can see there, he's got purple in the 5th sector, because obviously this is such a long lap that we desperately need all 6 sectors around this circuit.
And pit entry. There's a box almost before the entry. Like, you have to practically come to a stop, hit the wall, turn, reverse. Like, how that never got noticed, I do not know.
And all of that only to have 40, like, maximum 40 cars. So, like, most circuits have, like, so Tsukuba very small circuit, as short a pit lane as this, still has 60 because everyone shares each grid spot like 3 times. Here, you only share each grid spot twice, so you can't even do more than 40 cars.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
So these cars haven't changed at all. Obviously, the GT4's changed quite a lot.
I don't think they've changed, but anyone in chat who knows more than us, feel free to correct us. Igor with the...
This
green
dude
screen.
has a green screen, but doesn't use the
No,
green...
but we don't know if that is. Maybe he's got the Eiffel Tower in the background, but he's really cleverly put like some special effects on it. It's turned into a green screen.
All I can assume, actually, is he doesn't know about virtual cameras. I'm going to go on a guess. He's got 2 cameras. He's streaming somewhere,
True.
and then this is a second camera just for us. Maybe.
What would you have as your background if you were him?
What if I was a green screen?
If you had a green screen?
I would, obviously I'd buy a second PC, load it up into the session, put a reverse perspective of the car at the correct angle from the camera to make it look like I'm sat in the car and it was in motion.
Okay, nice. And you'd sync that up as well, because you might need a bit of a delay on that, just so that when the stream comes through, then you still match it.
Obviously.
But yeah, okay, no, that's good.
Obviously, you have to get a second subscription to iRacing, a second PC.
I mean, would it not just be better to buy a Hyundai Elantra
and cut it up?
And just
well, you won't
just
get that
put your
track
rig in it?
motion. You know, it'll look cheap.
Well, no, you could. You could get some like motion, get a motion rig underneath it.
Yeah. No, I think I'll just go with the second subscription. Buy the car, buy the track,
Sure.
second PC, capture card.
Yeah. So the Pro-Ams are now out on circuit. So to confirm then, Rosvala on pole by a country mile in the amateurs. He will be ahead of a lot of these Pro-Ams, I guarantee you, for the on the grid. Anthony Hilton with a very good performance up there in second position. But like I said, there were a few amateur drivers who were not allowed to set times. Leon Harhoff with a pretty good opener. Auckland moves on to the front row, but still over half a second
Yeah,
off.
that rust lap's looking good. Yeah, it must be a good car to chuck around here, to be honest. This is open set series, right?
Yes. Mihailov to 12th there. He's with being a 10th member. I never really know actually how to take this corner. I mean, this is one that, okay, sorry to keep going on about my tribulations in the Porsche GP, but how much do you brake for that corner? When you
Yeah, I know what you
power?
mean. Should you V it out? Should you go deep and focus on the throttle exit? Yeah, it can be frustrating, but then I suppose you just get into a rhythm. It's just best not to look at your gains at the apex or even just slightly off, but at the end of the next straight.
Sure. Seems like everyone's still taking a very tight line here. Yeah, that's a goal. That deserves to be a 1x for sure.
Yeah,
But
his face said it all.
he was a long way beyond the 1x. I think everyone else is keeping it all on the black stuff on the exit there.
Yorkton having another go. How long have they got left? Last lap.
3 thousandths off of Yorkton. Sikorsky, though, he does go top. Good effort there from the Polish driver. Championship leader, remember, in the Pram, so that's a big lap for him.
Yeah.
And of course,
Obviously, we're celebrating them beating an AM at the moment.
Sure. And of course, the way that this format works, qualifying sets the grid for race 1. As Mihailov gets pretty close as well. Qualifying sets the grid for race 1, and then the race 1 results set the grid for race 2. And the race 2 results set the grid for race 3, apart from the top 9, who are inverted. Cherkov, who we saw, got a 1x earlier on in his lap, so this isn't going to be an improvement for him. Puts a bit more pressure for the remaining laps, but they do get plenty of attempts here on this one, the shortest laps of the season. And not chopping the outside whatsoever there.
It's just setting up this corner. Always takes me a hot minute because this off track is the amount of times I've got it and I didn't even think I would have.
I mean, Igor cannot go much further than that. Like he's not left too much on the table.
So he goes definitely a bit deeper and then throttles out hard. Whereas we saw other people hugging and sort of overslowing the entry, which I don't think is correct. But it really depends on the car.
Bjorklund, look at that. It's down
Matching
to
times.
a 10,000th of a second. Beeman's way off. 3.5 hundredths.
3.5 hundredths. That's tight at the top. Let's see what Shirkov can do.
His sector times are
All
right. They're pretty good actually. First sector was really strong for Shirkov. Second sector a bit underwhelming. I don't think this is going to be battling for the top 5. It might get him into that bit of a chasm in P6.
Too many sectors here, isn't it?
Yeah. Here it comes then. He'll still have more attempts after this for Shirkov. He's got a few more minutes and he does go into that chasm. P6 for the 217. Sikorsky with a pretty good lap here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, only one personal best sector so far, but it is pretty good. Takes a 4 very quick. This could be very dangerous. It could put a bit of daylight between him and the rest.
Yeah, that sector 2 time was...
Ooh, that might be a 1x though.
That sector 2 time was really impressive.
Well, sector
Can
5
half
was
improve?
very quick as well, but he may have got a 1x. Bjorklund? What?
Wait.
What's going on?
No, I think they just swapped.
No, Bjorklund just crossed the line. I think Bjorklund may have set... No, I don't know.
But if he did a 709, why is it drop? I'm a bit confused because I'm seeing the last lap time as a 709.
Yeah.
There's no way there were 3 27.709s done.
Well, Hareth 1997 would disagree with you, David.
But yeah, I'm seeing Bjorklund's last lap as a 27.709.
Unless he maybe got like a 1x and it's just re-registered that lap as being his last lap and iRacing got confused. But our system put him ahead briefly, like... But yeah, I doubt he did the same lap. It's a very quick lap though. Both him and Sikorsky improving on their next attempts.
I mean, yeah, this Bjorklund lap looks... No, sector 4 was 4. Sector...
So he hasn't done 6-4 yet. That was on his previous lap.
Oh.
Oh, but it's still not very good. He's still a 10th and a half down. Very nicely there. Very nice. But beyond that's where Sikorsky got the 1x on the previous lap. Sikorsky with a bit of a weaker sector 4 actually as well. They're both sort of left about a 10th and a half in the table there, but the rest of the lap very, very strong. This could be provisional pole for the Norwegian. It is. What is going on with these times? I mean, am I tripping or something? But like, Bjorklund just went top again with the 709, and then Sikorsky did. But it's just our timing tower playing up a bit because
yeah, I think the matching times just
were different.
Just need to sink in. Yeah, every time Bjorklund's crossing the line, it's shuffle him to first, to then back down again.
And to be clear, because a lot of people don't know this, iRacing does measure down to the 100,000th and beyond. So like, their times are, it is probably like, I don't know, 5 10,000ths of a second right now between the two. It's not like who crossed the line first. Sikorsky was genuinely quicker, but by less than 1,000. Shirkov, only 700ths off the pace, but he's on the 3rd row of the grid. And that will be the end of his qualify. Actually, no, he can complete this one if he's got the tyres and the fuel.
I mean, it did take a while for them to knock down Russ Fowler's lap, but they did manage to handle him back down to 6th. But it did, at one point, it looked like there wasn't going to be many people beating him. Maybe the tyres just... It is a short lap, I suppose, and lots of off-track, so... Nailing the lap must be tricky. Callum Beeman there with a purple sector.
Bjorklund's not going to improve on this last time. He goes ahead briefly, but then we learn he'll go back down. But it's only when... yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's like a 5-second thing where he's leading. Sikorsky also does not improve. Beeman back to the pits. Halov with a pretty good lap here. No personal bests though, but he's very close in each of the sectors. Good sector 5, very good sector 5. Don't rule this out for potential pole. Looks very on the money in each sector. And he won.
Yeah, and that
last time
sector
out.
5 time was good. Let's see.
And it is top.
Good call.
Well, it was only one personal best sector out of 6, but he put it all together. And the man who won last time out gets pole here.
Wow, and that was the very last lap of the Pro-Ams.
Yeah. So now we've got our pros out on circuit. It's a limited grid today. Youngsu Moon Championship leader, Gabriele Buonacorsi, his rival, and
Sorry.
James Bumy.
Has it been said, but 27-7 from P2, P3, P4, P5,
Yeah.
and then a 6 for pole. It is 1/10, 1.01 between 1st and 5th.
Yeah. I think that might change quite soon though, because Buonacorsi is already.
Yeah. On cold tyres, purpled it, yeah. I mean, it's a highly technical track.
Bjork's still occasionally going ahead of Sikorsky on our time tower. They're not sure up in the.
The stewards are arguing.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he did it first. Well, no, he's got
Yeah.
the 5th decimal.
There's like 5 people with stopwatches, and 3 of them have one ahead, and 2 of them at the other.
All that matters is who's shuffled to first when the flag drops.
So yeah, Moon, Buonacorsi, Bumy, Douglas, and James Dennison making his ARL debut. He is very welcome. He is the highest I-rated driver in the field. David thinks he may know James, but uncertain.
The name rings a bell. I actually just think it's the surname, Dennison.
Shot. There is Aerokinetics.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
The head guy of Aerokinetics is
Yeah.
Daniel Dennison. Moon goes 6th, 10th off the pace. Dennison goes 9th. Buonacorsi's lap fell away, actually. I think he must have picked up a 1x. Looks very good besides that. There he goes again, another purple first sector for Buonacorsi. I could see Wayne Douglas back. He missed a lot of the rounds of the championship. He sort of was around at the start, and he's turning up quite a bit at the end of the season as well. Got experience in real life as well, managing Douglas Motorsport. So very fun whenever he's out on track.
I see James Brummy back, 'cause he missed a couple as well.
True. And actually, James is actually the highest I-rated driver. 8.6k.
Yeah, he's rapid. He is really rapid.
It's the last couple of rounds as James. What do you know, Tom Mayle, who did make a habit of getting the reverse grid poles at the start of the season, but since he has left, they've been
I think he
shared
had
amongst.
3 in a row, didn't he?
Yeah.
The first 2 were blowing it to the fact he wasn't even first by T1. First round, he jumped the start.
Yeah.
The second one, I think he had a clutch failure.
Yeah, that was the Stetson, wasn't it? As Buonacorsi, Costellan, does it go first?
You'd think so. 3 purples, but almost half a second.
He's got, I mean, what an improvement across the season for Buonacorsi. He is the man to beat right now in the series. Won the last 2 rounds. James Bumy, though, with a good time. He moves ahead of Youngsu Moon, who has been formidable in qualifying so far this season.
And let's face it, we should explain this first round is really important.
Yeah.
Because obviously you've got the reverse grid for round 2.
Round 3.
Round 3, yeah, sorry, yeah. But yeah, very important to score some big points. So yeah, if Moon finds himself 3rd out of T1 and it's Buonacorsi first, he could well see his championship dissolve. I should have said fly away to the moon. Can we reshoot that?
Do it again. This is live. So just we'll edit that. Trying to think of some moon puns now, actually. Come on.
Yeah, we're fully
If
with
the
it.
viewers could just give us a few minutes just to think of a post to.
There's some of the we're seeing a lot of purple sectors out there,
Yeah.
and we thought those lap times were pretty well optimized because we saw 5, 6 people on top of each other for lap time, and then Bonakorski shows, no, you guys are playing. Almost 4.5 tenths. Yeah, we've seen a lot of I'd say every purple's been taken now.
Dennison now only 600ths away. With 6 minutes to go, plenty of time. Bonacorsi with another. I mean, Bonacorsi is just in a different...
In that first sector, yeah.
Yeah, he is so quick. Although Moon's just put in an ultra quick first sector as well himself. I mean, Douglas gradually getting further up there. He's up to
Bonakorski in second sector. I mean, it's still strong. How can a 6.33 come up yellow?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking that is good. But he's been so quick that... And he's got another yellow, but it's still a 16.3. That's still good.
We saw with Mihailov in Pro-Am, he set 5 yellow sectors and still was fastest of anyone in the ground. He was just putting it all together. It's an absolute monster crash in a YouTube video around this corner a couple of days ago. Someone in single-seater driving up the rear of another car over the rear wing and pretty much went over the barrier. Fortunately walked away from it. That was about 15 years ago. Yeah, not a lot of run-up area here. Bonacorsi wants some new tyres.
Yeah, looks like it.
Moving up to P3.
Remy slipped a little bit. It's tight for the top 3 though.
Wayne Douglas next across the line. Can he find any improvement? No. Quite a bit off that time for Wayne. Well, of course, he's now back on a new set of tyres. You can see Moon there going wide. So I think they both took new tyres. So they're both like basically following the same plan, even though they're not on the same team. They've both got the exact same strats for this qualifying session.
Yep.
Has got a little bit overcast again. It got a bit sunny right at the start of this pro qualifying, but it's very dark again. Izzy in chat saying, let's go altitude. Welcome to Izzy. And welcome to everyone who is tuning in. Let us know who you're supporting.
So altitude will be Wemmy and Adam Hitchcock. Oh, and obviously Reese Saunders.
Yep.
What can Buemi do? Looking at his sector times, he is on an out lap, I assume, or a non-push lap.
Oh, yeah. I mean, is that the lap gone there?
It sounded like it.
Away.
Sounded like it.
He's half a second down the first sector. First sector is T1. We have established. Dennison with a pretty good sector 1. Very good sector 2. Very good sector 2. Sector 3 comes up, I think, at the end of this straight. There it is. And it's good. Not amazing, but it's good. Just got 600ths of a second to find. You'll have one more lap to go after this. Fourth sector. It's all right. I mean, I think this is another good lap for Dennison. I don't think it's going to be enough for pole. It's a pretty nice run through there, though.
Yeah. Wayne Douglas needs to get a lap in. He's on the AM times.
I think that is just where Wayne's pace is, though, to be honest, for today. You can just find another 10th there. It would put him up about 3 rows of the grid. It would be welcome for him, but lacking at the moment. Dennison across the line. Is there any improvements? No, he was 3/10 down. Bonacorsi, that looks like that's going to be the end of his qualifying. Can anyone improve enough? We saw Bumi go wide at T1. That was the end of his lap. Boone not really finding any pace. He's still warming up those tyres. Wayne Douglas does improve now, up into P6. Only one Pro-Am ahead of him now. so on this last attempt now. First sector's pretty good for Denison, Moon and Bumi. Second sector's very slow for Denison. Pretty good for Moon.
Moon really needs this. Like, I can't understate how important it is if this quali, especially third. We know Buemi likes a fight. And Moon also has one of the worst pro records for the reverse race.
Yeah, not due to his fault, honestly, really, either. He's just been wiped out a lot of the time.
Well, then there's a common denominator. But yeah,
Sure.
no, I get it. I get it. If Moon's pole, he always wins, apart from the Buemi incident.
Yeah.
If he's up front, he always wins.
Fifth sector was good. This is on the money. We saw Mihailov take Pro-Am pole at the last. Can our championship leader, I mean, has he even got enough time to cross the line? It would be the last gasp pole if he could get it. He did not.
Oh.
I think did he cross the line? I think he crossed the line, and I think it was a couple of tenths slower. But it looked like a good lap up to that point. Or maybe it didn't register at all, and we'll never know if he would have taken pole. Here is the grid. For race 1 is Gabriele Bonacorsi on pole position ahead of the debutant James Denison. Then it's Young-Soo Moon, James Bumi, Simeon Mihailov, Wayne Douglas, Branik Sikorsky, Kim-Andre Bjorkland, Callum Beament, and Igor Shurkov. Russ Fowler is top of the amateur drivers ahead of Leon Harhov. Then it's Mark Hutchinson, Taron Schiebel, Anthony Hilton, Alessandro Zucco, Adam Hedgecock, Harris Skinderi, Julian Backmeyer, Tommaso Baseggio, Attila Toth, Stephen Hurd, Lucas Finkbeiner, Reece Saunders, Daniel Spillane, and I don't think Ian Redmond will be taking part today.
We just heard from Scott Malcolm, he's got a hand injury from football. And is he saying might want to name check all the altitude drivers? We got them all, didn't we? When we named them all? No, I got Hutchinson. I said Buemi, Hutchinson. And then I said, oh no, I did miss Hutchinson. Yeah, I said Hedgecock. Too many H's. Yeah.
Scott, I've got to ask, football with a hand injury, are you in goal? Or what's going on there? Because...
Well, if you fall over as well, you can hurt your sprain your wrist.
It is, yeah, very true, very true. We've just got James Bumi to get on the grid. And is that everyone? Will the lights start coming on? Yes, they will do. So we've got 25 cars on the grid. And a crucial run down into T1.
Yeah.
Bonacorsi on pole position. Away we launch at Oulton Park. And it's a strong start for our pole sitter, but it's a better start for James Denison, who goes to the inside. Watch out for Moon from P3 as well. And there's contact, and Bonacorsi spins around. Moon just about evades him. And that's a crucial moment in our championship battle, because Moon has gone through and Bonacorsi is at the back.
I mean, it looked like it was on Moon, unfortunately. I mean, we'll look at a replay. But, I mean, I think Bonacorsi was on the outside of the track and Moon went into him.
Well, Moon has lost one place and he might lose another place here, because there goes Wayne Douglas. He's left himself a bit vulnerable, maybe a little bit distracted by the incident before. And Bonacorsi even has a meatball flag as well. He will need to take repairs, and there's no fast repairs in this series either, so his race is wrecked.
I think his championship is wrecked. Don't see how he can... Because he would have to get 12, 13 places in the next race. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, let's see.
Well, there are drop scores, but it would massively rely on Moon having a couple of awful race meetings.
Yeah, I mean, we'll check a replay of it once the race settles down.
Good start for Bjorkland, up 3 places from 8th on the grid. Hutchinson, as per, with a strong start from 13th up to 9th. And here's the replay.
So it was a bad start from Bonacorsi, yeah, for sure. I don't know. It doesn't look as bad on Moon from the second take. Not sure. That's what the stewards are for. Yeah, because, yeah, it wasn't how I saw it initially. He wasn't fully on the outside of the track. Obviously, I'm not going to use that phrase because I hate the phrase, but it wasn't Moon's apex. But I'm not that guy, because he was. The corner was open. I don't know. From that angle, it does look like Moon didn't leave all the room on the outside. Yeah.
You're sort of guessing where Moon's car would have ended up, I feel like.
Yeah,
because was he too early on the power?
There was a gap on the inside, but they were already turning. Like, it was late, and then unfortunately tracks out too far. I think. I don't know. We'll leave it to the stewards.
Oh, this could get messy here. Beeman versus Fowler. Yumi's now got a meatball.
Whoa.
So that's very unusual, but let's see what happens here, because Beeman's gone a little bit wide.
Is it definitely
Fowler
a meatball?
gets past, and so too goes Leon Harhoff.
I mean, if we can get a replay of that.
I wonder if he's hit the inside tyre wall.
Oh, of course, maybe, yeah.
The camber. I mean, he probably doesn't even feel it, but he's going to have to pit within the next 3 laps.
Oh, I've had this situation where your car's fine, but iRacing's telling you, yeah, iRacing's telling you it's over. And you're like, no, please. Nothing's worse. Do you remember the old bug where you'd have an incident and car was fine? You'd stop for fuel and they'd hold you for quote-unquote required repairs.
Yeah.
It was like that for maybe 3 seasons. Awful it was.
Scandari's had a couple of bad corners, lost out. B. Saunders is off the circuit as well at Cascades. Oy. That's not the best rejoin of the season either. Daniel Spillane gets past. Well, of course, he's not even out on track at the moment. After his damage he picks up earlier on. There's no fast repairs in this series. Stephen Hurd, this is what happened to him on lap 1. Oh, was that into Bonacourse C? Or one of the other North Sim racing cars?
I don't know. There was a big checkup that I don't think we saw. It must have been in front because, I mean, from that angle, everyone was just driving into people.
I think it was Zucho who he went into, actually. This is Finkbeiner. He had a qualifying ban.
No, they are checked up. I don't know, mate. Not super impressive. Spillane dodging it all on the grass. Oh, and then drives into a wall. Avoids all of the moving objects, hits the static one. This is horrible for James Bumming.
Yeah, do you think he's just going to stay out there out of stubbornness and be like, I cannot be bothered to serve this meatball. Give me, DQ me, go for it.
Yeah, and there's no fast repair, right?
No.
Yeah, so his race is over. Yeah, I don't know. This is when I disagree. Because what meatball means in real racing is your car is a danger to others.
Sorry, Harhoff's gone off. Harhoff's had quite a big incident. Is that at the hairpin or is that at Cascades? Is that the hairpin? But you're absolutely right about the meatballs. Yeah, meatball is when there's something really wrong with your car.
Yeah, and you're a danger to others. And that you won't pit it, so they're having to be... Oh, what the hell? He snatched the brake.
And then he's hit Ross Fowler.
Yeah, and he's waited. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
Russ. Snatched it like quite early as well.
So that means that Anthony Hilson's now leading the amateurs, despite Russ absolutely dominating qualifying. He's
Oh wait, he clipped the grass. Okay, there was no brake snatch. He got on the grass. How did I not spot that initially? Just, yeah, clipped the grass a teeny bit and then...
Bumi has pitted.
I
would say, let's try to get a replay of what happened. There's nothing which is going to show us. There's no off track. There's no stopping of the car. We don't pick up contacts or anything like that. It is something that just happens.
Find a 0x.
Sikorsky using all the space. You can use a few RMXs here and there. Very close on the back of Bjorklund. Bjorklund did start behind Sikorsky, but had a phenomenal start. Up 4 places from his race start. To be fair, 2 of them were pros, like getting meatballs, but 2 of them were legitimate moves as well. Halov as well with a bit of an underwhelming start. He's down 1 place. Was on pole for the Browns.
Bonakorski's got to be angry, right? If it is found to be moons, he's got to be angry.
Well, I'm sure which way Gabriele thinks it is. Such a good run of form as well recently, and put it on pole. But
because if he can get, no, there's not even if he gets it repaired, no point going out there because,
well, you do need to score. You do need to complete a certain number of laps in order to be eligible for points. So to be eligible for like 23rd place points.
Oh.
Harhov with various issues so far today, and he's a bit stuck behind his teammate now. He might be attacked by Passeggio here. So Mike Hutchinson and Taryn Schiebel. Hutchinson ahead.
Yeah, nicely done.
Always an underwhelming qualifier, Mark, but has much better race pace. He's now 5 places away in his race start. So too is Schiebel, to be fair.
Oh, he's tracked out a lot there. Yeah, agreed. Mark doesn't get the qualifying in. He's very entertained though, because he usually gets a lot of overtakes in the race in.
Harhov is past Backmeyer. And Backmeyer has now been overtaken by Passeggio as well.
Bonakorski, has he gone out? Might have.
He is out on track. He is trying to get some points. I need to check what the rules are.
He's headed out to find Moon, mate. No, kid. I kid.
I mean, I don't know. I can guarantee you that would end his championship.
Yes.
And potentially for many years to come as well, because he would not be invited back.
I kid.
But it'd be entertaining, right? I mean, I haven't seen an intent react for
Just
a while.
add Street Fighter pit battles at the end.
Yeah.
We'll broadcast them.
Sikorsky has got past Bjorklund. Bjorklund has dropped a couple of places. Must have been shoved off at T1. There he is. That is, I'm impressed that there's been an overtake there. Like, that's not easy to do, but Sikorsky's done it, and now Mihailov is right on the tail. And Sikorsky's going to have to go defensive into the hairpin. A little bit of movement from Sikorsky there. Moon's got past Douglas as well, further up.
Oh,
Made a
yeah.
mistake from Douglas.
Oh no, Douglas is definitely not saying nice livery. Let's see.
Does Douglas move in the break? No. Oh no, he's just gone straight on him.
Moon's going to switch back. Oh,
Okay.
that was all fine. What was the
And
flashing for?
then he lifted out and flashed.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not fighting this.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, on the outside going to that next chicane, there's no point fighting that. And this is how Sikorsky did it. Got a good run on the exit of the final corner.
Yeah, he's been a very impressive driver all season. And this is no exception. Nicely done.
Section 5.1, point eligibility in the rules. 5.1.1, drivers must finish either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 laps down in order to be eligible for points.
Nice, so Bonakorski's good.
He is currently 4 laps down.
So is that right or not?
He is alright.
Good.
As long as he doesn't get another meatball. Don't hit any of the tyres. Suko with a slowdown. That's what the yellow flag indicates in the time and tower.
But he's going to have a mission to get that reverse, because unfortunately it's been a bigger reverse number for most of the season.
Yeah, 9th.
And with Moon now sitting in second.
Well, Lucas Finkbein is up 11 places after a quali ban. He started 23rd, he's up into 12th. But of course he's quicker than Finkbeiner, so maybe it's possible.
Potentially even a steward's penalty would still have Moon score more points than Bonakorski's getting, right?
Yeah, and any penalty will be applied after the race meeting, won't take effect for race 2.
Yeah. We've had that before. Oh, Pikachu.
Oh yeah?
I'm a Pikachu fan, yeah.
Yeah? Is that not a bit basic?
Excuse me? Basic.
Is it not like saying my favourite band is
I didn't say it's my
Beatles?
favourite Pokemon. I said I'm a Pikachu fan.
Sure.
misheard me and assumed.
But if you...
Oh! Reese and who are we dealing with here? Reese and Elaine, is that? Yeah. Twisty section though.
Yeah, Reese up 4 place when we start, had a quali ban, I think.
So it tells me this is going to get foisted. What's the yellow for Passeggio?
Slow down.
Ah.
Oh, I can't see anything here. I mean, these 5 are going to be on top of one another before too long. They are getting a bit stuck behind Tommaso Passeggio.
Yeah, they are indeed. Not easy to overtake here.
I think if Tommaso's going to set a record this season, potentially, for the most amount of qualifying bans across a season. That's not necessarily a statistic that you want to
What,
sign to
across
yourself.
all of ARL?
Across in a single season. This is quite a long season, 10 rounds. I think he's had qualifying bans for 5 rounds so far. If he picks up another penalty today, he could be on, I think, 6 quali bans across the season. So that's what at stake is here for Tommaso. He's having a good time of it though. He's up 3
What
places.
are they? Rejoins, moving under braking, diving?
All of the above.
All of them?
Times.
Oh, wow. Okay. Alan reminding us that it's always our fault.
Yeah. Does that mean the good things that happen in life as well, or just the bad things?
I think probably just the bad.
Sure. James Dennison is going to win his debut race at this rate.
Yeah, he's looked real solid.
It's going to be one of the most comfortable race victories of the season. He's in the Honda Civic. Got a couple of high-end eyes, and then we've also got the Audi, the OG Twig TCI car on iRacing. As that is a move for Reece Saunders. He's up into 19th place. He's got past another debutant, Harris Skinderi.
So James Bromley must have head out as well because Bonacorski hasn't passed him.
Yes, you are very correct, yeah. So you playing devil's advocate here.
Yep.
If James knocks in his tyre so that there was an amount of tow or an amount of camber, which was against the iRacing regulations in the pit garage, as Bjorklund has
completely valid. You can drive with, it's only for the start of the race.
That's a very good move there from Bjorklund. So you're saying if...
You can get a meatball for having a, you know, your spoilers hanging off and it looks
Sure.
like it could fall off. But yeah, if you damage your car and it breaches the regulations that would be outlined at the start.
But let's say Redline, for example, not to name names, but let's say Redline, you know, they have pushed the
Not to
limits
name
of
names,
these.
but yeah. That you
Oh, no.
said, oh,
That is more than a meatball.
yeah.
Julian Backmeyer.
That looked violent. I saw that was close, and that was the gaggle we were watching. Oof. No, yeah, he hasn't got a rear right tyre. Or a rear.
Yeah,
Oh.
go on the other layout, bud. Go on the other layout if you don't get DQ'd.
Oh, well, that's horrible. Let's have a see.
So this is behind the Passeggio battle, and then... Oh...
I mean, he's not done himself any favours using the grass to set it up. I don't know.
It's very tricky to argue that the person who didn't just drive on the grass for 50 metres in order to make an overtake wasn't at fault. I feel like...
Well, because unfortunately, you can fall into an old school rule called dangerous rejoin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because, I mean, he did make four tyre contact back on the gravel for an extended period of time. I don't know. And it wasn't a braking zone.
So it was Reece Saunders that he collided with, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he might find... I'm not saying this is me making the judgment. It is tricky, but I think he might find himself in the dangerous rejoin, unfortunately.
Cam Sheeble getting back ahead of Mike Hutchinson, I want to say. And
Toth has received a black flag.
That's it, yeah.
We haven't seen that flag, right?
I mean, it could be. I don't know what that
What,
could
a
be.
pit entry speeding penalty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, or not serving a slowdown. I feel like it's more likely that he's just crashed though, and it's, I don't know, holding him for something. Maybe he's towing or something. I'm not sure. Two and a half minutes to go in this race one, and still a lot to play for. Sets the grid as well for race 2, and these positions are going to be crucial come the end of race 2, because P9 will be reverse grid pole for race 3. Sheeble having to go very defensive into the final corner.
I bet Buemi and Bulkowski are praying they get ahead of Toth and Backmile before the end of the race.
Yes.
I don't think they can.
Well, they'll get back there, I think.
No, I don't think Bonakorski will.
No, yeah, maybe you're right.
I think sometimes when they're in the box, they're ahead of the line. You have to do an extra lap to be ahead of them. And
Sure.
Mihailov
has got past Bjorklund.
they've lost a lot of
There are going
time.
to be changes here. Beeman. Oh, chances there. I mean, that's how dangerous it is for Hutchinson. He can't be too wide. Bjorklund and Mihailov still going alongside. Bjorklund is still ahead of Mihailov. He pulled off that brilliant move on the outside T1.
They were both off the
few
track,
laps
though,
ago.
for a second there. I swear they were both off the track for a split second on the overlay. He's had a good season, Bjorklund. Had some bad luck. So, here we go. This is the ensuing battle. Oh. Okay. Well, he made it work. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And
That's
then
fine.
he's brought it back from the house. And it's not done yet for Bjorklund if he's going to finish in this 5th place.
Well, he's trying the move that got done on him. Just doesn't break deep enough. Great battle, though, from Mihailov.
And Hutchinson and Beeman alongside at the hairpin as well. But Hutchinson has held on against Beemans, who got a poor exit, fell into clutches of Hilton instead.
Are we going to see any last-minute dives? Yeah, impressive stuff from Denison. Very impressive.
Absolutely. In his first ever Apex Racing League race, James Dennison is going to take the win at Oulton Park. Nice work.
He didn't even need to use his pace from qualifying. He just had to be the only one on the top 5 that didn't get caught up in drama.
Exactly. Reece Saunders, unfortunately, has had an issue on the last lap, so he's dropped down. Behind that, Sikorsky, top of the Pro-Am drivers. It looks like Anthony Hilton is going to hold on for the amateur win, but came pretty close in the end. Finkbeiner, who had a qualifying ban, nearly made his way back to the front, but him and Russ Fowler had too much to catch up in the end. So well done to Anthony Hilton, continues his strong run of form in the second half of the season. And then we'll just have the rest. But yeah, Skinderi did get past Saunders on the last lap. So disappointing one there for Saunders. And I think we might still have James Bumy to cross the line as well, who has beaten Backmire. Bumy got up 1 extra place on Backmire. I don't think he will not get Toth. Toth completed 12 laps. Bumy's going to finish 11 laps. Bonacorsi was 1 lap short of Backmire, so he will start all the way in 24th position for race 2.
It's going to be an interesting race. We're going to see... well, we're going to have Bonakorski Buemi cam, I feel.
Yes.
They are going to be making moves. I mean, Bonakorski is going to need to be on an absolute mission. Nothing less than P9. To be honest,
Yeah.
nothing more than. He probably wants
I mean, this
P9.
is pretty much just drop score anyway at this point. I mean, yeah. Jan the Jam has subscribed. Thank you ever so much, Jan.
And he timed it, so he's
Jam.
first on the standings.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Jan. James Denson's on pole position. It's just the finishing order from race 1, so there's not really too much to talk through.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, probably still a drop round.
Because his weakest round, his 2 worst rounds were the first 2 rounds of the season, actually. And they were a 150-point round, which is, like, good. Like, that's like, if a Pro-Am gets 150 points, they're usually, like, 4th out of the Pro-Ams.
What will he get for if he gets 9th and 1st and fastest laps?
I don't know, maybe like 170?
Okay. 9th's a big ask, though. Overtaking's not easy. And, you know, you've got to get past Finkbinder, Fowler, Harhoff. People like this, like, yeah, you might be a little bit quicker than them, but it's not going to be easy around here.
Not at all. So, pole position was a cursed place to be in race 1. Let's see what it's like in race 2. James Dennison on the pole. And away we launch. It's a good start for Moon, and Moon storms into the lead. And it's a great start as well for Wayne Douglas, who gets up into 2nd place. But it's a dreadful start for James Dennison. And a lot of cars off the circuit. We've got a car off into the tyres. A couple of cars off into the tyres. It's James Dennison is one of them off the circuit. It's been a dreadful start for him. Also, Mark Hutchinson was the other car. He was hitting the wall. And now we've got James Dennison off again. And pole position has been sent to the back for the 2nd race in a row. And Igor Shirikov looks like he's got a jump start.
Dennison doing Moon.
And now we've got a crash.
That's
and
bad.
They're on the inside. And Zuko gets wiped out. Bonacorsi has to come to a stop.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Wait, was it Sergio that got all the quali bans, did you say?
Yeah.
I saw him in it. I don't know if it was his fault. Who are the movers and shakers? Reece Saunders up 5, Backmeyer up 5, Hurd up 7, Spillane up 4, Bonacorski. We might need to check Bonacorski's car.
I think it was clean. I think it's absolutely clean. Oh my God. I mean, it's Noah's Ark here, 2x2. I think Zuko's got damage. I saw some sparks. And he is a moving chicane. And he needs to... and that car's going to be even more damaged now.
I mean, that's fine. Move out the way. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're brush over that. Move out the way, sir. Sir, I'm just gonna. There you go. There you go. I've parked you, sir. Just to be clear, I'm not a steward. Terms and conditions do apply.
Shirkov is losing places as well as having a black flag. He will have to return to the pits at some point. Hilton now with a slowdown, but another great start for Hilton. Fowler now leader of the amateurs, though he's just been able to get past in the Verano car. Beeman ahead of Schiebel. Beeman now at 5 places from his race start.
Is it over for Bonacorski? The person ahead of him is the race winner from last round.
Yeah.
Like, that's the last person you want to see back in 21st.
I think a lot's going to happen there in this race. Well, to be fair, Fowler can get away in 9th place. They might all just battle behind him. Harhoff having to back out against Hilton. But yeah, we know how quick Fowler is around this circuit. He's been right on the money so far today. Just unlucky at the start of race 1.
What we got here?
So someone's already going off at Cascades. This is Finkbeiner who had to go back to the pits. Oh, so who's...
What's
that Saunders?
Did he get on the grass? I mean,
Yeah.
why did he turn right? Wheel failure or grass? Can we see that again?
Too many altitude cars. It could have been Saunders or Bumi.
Let's see this again.
It was Saunders.
Grass. Yeah, rear left grass. Oh my. Oh my.
And he nearly took out his teammate. And then I'm very unlucky for Zucho, obviously. That would be a huge penalty for Reece Saunders.
Yeah, 100%.
He's ruined.
Zero
like 2
remorse.
cars.
He just throttled and went as well.
Shirkov serving his penalty now. For the jump start.
Oh yeah, we've seen that grass clipper twice now. Well, that one to a greater effect. Oh, and Dennison's into the pit.
Okay. Oh yeah, he didn't have a meatball, did he? But it would be good to get a replay of Dennison's start because he went off, I think, 3 times in the first 3 corners.
And that was after the 6th gear pull away at the beginning.
Yeah.
Someone moved back there.
Yeah, that must have been Shirkov, right?
Yeah. So what happened? Oh, wait, he's got...
Do you think...
Oh, he's got gearbox failure. Wait.
Wait, it just seemed like it was a load of wheel spin, right? I'm not going to pronounce that name. I don't know that alphabet. There was the contact. I wasn't really paying attention. Was that Mihailov then who made contact with Dennison?
I don't know if that was a gear failure. It's really strange. He seemed to pull first a few... Oh, no, he's got problems. No. Unless he was damaged from the wall. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't work it out if that's complete wheel failure or just a bad start and then damage.
So Moon leads the way, 0.8 of a second ahead of Wayne Douglas. I think this would be the best result of the season for Wayne. Moon isn't exactly pulling away from the other drivers, but we know that once he's in this position, he's very, very tricky to usurp. So I expect it will be another race win for the South Korean.
Bonakorski P18. He has 9 more to get, and at the moment, I mean, there's plenty of time, but the field is a little more spread out than he would have probably liked.
I think his best bet might be the likes of Sheeble and Mihailov and Fowler all battling with each other, hold each other up.
He needs to get this done. Like now, he's just got a late break. Do it. He's done it. See ya. Oh.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, Reese isn't making any friends out there, especially with the North sim racing cars. He murdered Zucco earlier on.
Gabriel was too far back to make that his, but I mean, what Reese did was pretty poor as well, unfortunately. He just blew his own corner and drove into him. But yeah, I mean, Bonakorski hadn't earned the right to the corner, that's for sure. He was quite far back. He didn't go for a late break. He just tried to intimidate himself down the inside. Bonk.
Skanderi, who is still trying to get a vibe on sort of what type of driver he is, seeing that this is his debut. As Hurd is ahead of Hedgecock, so Hurd making up a few places. Mihailov has got ahead of Sheeble.
Whoa, that's fast around the outside, surely.
Yeah, he's going to lose it.
Now that's TCR driving. I thought nobody's tried that sort of around the outside apex speed.
I don't think I've ever seen a TCR look like it's gone that fast.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
Looked like it was like something from a movie there. The way he was sliding it on the outside.
Aye, aye, Adam. Maybe. Okay, so Moon 1.8 seconds ahead of Wayne Douglas. Sikorsky 2 odd seconds. 2 seconds off the lead. Adam is a former teammate of mine. Many moons ago in a distant galaxy far, far away. We did the Nordschleife 24 together. So he's earned the right to say that about me.
Sure. Did you do worse than that in the race that you were teammates in? Did you keep it clean?
It wasn't the 24 hours of Nordschleife. I think it was about 2 hours.
I wouldn't know how that feels.
No, of course not.
I don't know if I said this far, I was 6th in top split in everything 24 1 year.
What, 9 years ago when it wasn't very competitive?
8 years ago.
8 years ago, okay.
So,
oh, bonk.
So is that Bonakorski passed Skanderi and now he's got Saunders to overtake, who he doesn't like much.
Moon laying down some good pace up there. Bonakorski.
They kind of bats in the same corner as well this time. It's literally the exact same as what happened last time.
Yeah, I mean, Bonakorski needs 9 more positions pronto.
I mean, he's got no straight line speed as well now.
Yeah.
He's got damage. Here he goes, that's not on.
Oh.
You would disagree?
We need a replay of that. I don't think that was nice from Bonacorski.
Like,
which is ironic because Bonacorski's best chance of this race is the moon penalty. If he ends up getting himself a penalty, then it doesn't work. Yeah, no, he hasn't earned the right to that corner.
I mean, it's it's a compliment. It's a bit like Lecum at Spa, where you got like the right left, and you go into, is it Malmedy, and you can sort of, if you overdrive the left, you get in the inside for the right. It's a very similar section of corners.
Yeah, but he hadn't gotten he hadn't got the right.
Yeah.
He just made it a situation where if Reese turns, he's dead, and Reese was fully in his right to turn. It was his corner. And I'm not quoting F1 rules. I literally mean it was his corner. There was no one alongside him. Oh,
blimey. See, this is what Bonacorsi needs. That's something like this. That probably lost him about half a second there. Sheeple barely ahead of Fowler. Fowler with a great haul of points. Unfortunately, his championship fight is over with Finkbein. He's too far back. He missed around last time, and that pretty much ended his chances. But he...
Oh, Toth's in the pit. Actually, Toth's been in the pits a while. I just didn't see him go in. Been in there 2 minutes odd. I just don't remember him. Oh, he's got a meatball. I obviously missed something.
Finkbein back out on track. So to Zucho. This could turn into an 8-car battle before long. James Bumy is only about 3 seconds behind those guys. Here's Moon. He's nearly 3 seconds ahead of Wayne Douglas, who's under significant pressure from Sikorsky, who, if he can score some more points here, will go into the final 4 races of the season with a healthy lead in the Pro-Am Championship. His main rivals currently scoring less points than him. Sikorsky ahead of Harhoff and Hurd, particularly Harhoff, his main rival.
And of course, got ahead of Backmeyer, but I mean, even Boemi hasn't managed it yet. He's P13, and he was less unscathed at that lap 1 incident, so it's proving to not be an easy mission in that P9 spot.
If it does end like this, it will be Mihailov on pole, and I think he would be very tricky to beat from pole position.
100%.
I can definitely see him win the race from there.
Yep.
Harhov, of course, needs to have a big points haul to keep his Pro-Am Championship hopes alive, and he would be on the front row of the grid, so that could be beneficial for him, as these guys are getting increasingly congested, and Harhov has been hit round slightly by
it was checked up. You could see how close Harhov was getting to Russ, and there was nowhere to go, and then, yeah.
And Hutchinson storming his way through. Can he get clear before the right-hander? He can. And Mihailov hangs
he's overcooked it. He's overcooked. Oh, he managed to catch it. He lost a lot of time on exit, but...
Oh, he might lose it still.
No, I think he's okay.
And here comes
Mihailov.
But he got it stopped on the apex. But he's going to re-overtake Hutchinson. And after all of that, I don't think much is going to happen. Much is going to change.
Oh,
don't send it 3 wide. What a few corners that was. Can Hurd get past Hutchinson?
I'm going to assume Hutchinson had a bent wheel. That's why he drove into the car 3 times.
Well, I don't think anything has changed between these 4, right? After all of that. I think they're in the exact same places as they were. But have just lost a bunch of time.
Yeah.
Hutchinson needs his teammate Bumy to start distracting Hurd. Yeah. Hurd's championship hopes coming to an end really today. I think he only finished 25th in race 1 and only 11th in this race 2. So he needed to outscore his rivals significantly, and that's not been the case.
Yeah, I mean, the races where he's been on it, he's been absolutely on it. Russ Fowler having a good race. He's 7, looking very strong for his status as an AM.
Do you think Russ should be an AM next season?
No.
Even though he's not going to win the championship, is that not a bit harsh to say, oh, you finished 2nd?
Oh, no, I suppose it's a... Oh, Bonacorski here. Just Spillane? Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not thinking about his championship or his well-being or whatever, or the participation. I'm just saying I think he should be a pro.
Douglas has a slow down, so just keep an eye out on the timing there as he starts dropping some time to Sikorsky.
But then again, the leader in AM probably goes straight past Pro Am and into Pro, right? I'm sorry, like...
What, Finkbeiner?
Yeah.
You think he goes into Pro?
I mean, he didn't win Am. If he didn't get caught in instance, he won every race, practically.
Comes a move again. So Douglas held on against Sikorsky then despite the slowdown. Bumi now ahead of Hurd, so he's overtaken Hurd as Bumi. Might be let past by his teammate as well.
But no, I get it. If Fowler doesn't win the championship...
Oh, slow down for Schiebel, I think. And that's finally let past Russ Fowler.
Yep. We were just talking about. Well, it depends how many AMs you get and what the cut-off is, but I mean, he's looked very strong. But it's tough, right? You're allowed to win AM. It's not like, you know, you're allowed to win AM and stay in AM in certain situations where it's close.
Yeah, we'll see what the iRacings are like next season when we host this.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, do join the Apex Racing League Discord, link in the description below, to get the latest news when it comes to any ARL leagues which are hosted. We will be announcing GT3 Trophy before too long. We've also got our Porsche Cup Series starting this week. Boxteca has a couple more rounds to go, Endurance has a couple more rounds to go, this has one more round to go. But new series will be starting before too long. Well, of course, you're now on the back of Hedgecock.
Yeah. But it's futile. This is... I don't see him getting P9. Wemmy may be able to do it. Bonakorski might have been able to do this had he not the lap 1 incident not happened and him and Saunders didn't come together. Oh.
I think as well he's been carrying damage, I think, for a lot of it. Like his straight line speed seems sluggish. Yeah, he's losing time there down the straight despite being in the draft.
Wait, this game has draft? I remember the days.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's you can't really do that. Like he did just force him off. The contact was later there, but it happened nonetheless. So yeah, I would say provisional position right now for Gabriele. He could get a couple of penalties his way. Bumi up to P10. Oh. He's past Hutchinson. That was the swap between the teammates, but they haven't quite executed it perfectly because Hurd has gone through as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Obviously, Bonacorsi, if Moon's found to be penalised for what happened at the race start, then obviously big penalty. But if Bonacorsi finds himself getting penalties on the recovery, then yeah, it's just not how you want to see it go down. But yeah, you can't ruin other people's races.
Schiebel and Harhoff trying to hold on to 7th and 8th against Simeon Mihailov, who would be on pole position if the race ended like this. James Bumi, the man who can deny that, seemingly, from the 246. Just trying to look at the points in terms of Moon's drop scores. Moon's drop scores are weaker than Bonacorsi's drop score. So if Moon has an absolute doozy today, the championship could still be alive going into the last round. But, and of course, he could get a big penalty for race 1. We don't know. There's a marginal call.
But it doesn't touch race 2, does it?
It doesn't touch race 2. But if he has a bad race 3, that combined with a bad race 1 potentially, then...
Bohemian's almost done it, by the way.
He's back on
yeah, he may get this done.
We've got 2 more laps to go. I don't know, maybe even 3, actually.
Because him and Bonacorsi are at the back.
No, it will just be 2 laps, sorry.
Bonacorsi's got way too much of a gap to Hilton.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs a track blockage at the hairpin.
That he doesn't get caught in.
That he doesn't get caught in. That he arrives to in time. He is very lonely.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely driving frustrated, and I understand.
Teammates.
With his qualifying pace and the nature of the track, like I said at the beginning, like, Moon was in trouble.
Yeah.
If he locks down the first win, locks down the second win, and then sure, 9th, as long as he finishes near Moon, that's the aim, right? If If Moon wins, come second. If Moon comes third, come fourth. And that's huge points. And would have swung the championship. But, I mean, that's racing. It's tough out there.
YSBY Gaming has just subscribed. Thank you very much.
You're not going to say Yasabi? I'm joking.
Is that actually...
No, I don't know. I just made it up.
But that's
mate.
a really good name.
Thank you.
Maybe it is Yasabi.
I've been doing this for a while. I just make up a name and I see it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Quite a snake now. And the teammates are trying to block the entire side. Okay, Mihailov is going to have to go defensive now. Stephen Hurd still feels like he could get a reverse grid pole here. But can Bumi do anything against Mihailov for that crucial 9th position?
Shirkov, yeah.
Hedgecock, meanwhile, after his black flag, he served a penalty at some point, didn't he, Shirkov? Maybe that was race 1. And he is past Hedgecock, nearly spinning the car around. He moves here, the teammates covering it off. Bumi's having to go defensive. They're all concertinaing up at the hairpin. Does anyone get a bad exit? It's a pretty good exit for Bumi.
I don't like that, the parking side-by-side apex nonsense. Don't like that.
Will Bumi send it? No. And the chances are running out.
Yeah, he literally parked it on the inside of the apex while his teammate went around.
Couple more corners to go. Here's our leader, here's our championship leader. Is another win for Young Soo Moon. Douglas will hold on against Sikorsky, but what is going to happen for that battle for P7, 8, 9, 10, 11?
Yeah, I don't know.
Still.
I don't know. I don't like that. What do you think, honestly? Because you're parking it.
I think it's sort of all right, isn't it? No. I think if you deliberately sort of get yourself bumped out of a corner by driving that slowly, sort of. I don't know. You can't overdo it. But I think they're doing it on the entry anyway, so they're just braking a bit earlier. But it worked for them, the teammates. Shebal 7th, Harhov 8th, Mihailov in 9th. It's not going to be any other changes. Just got Lucas Finkbeiner. He's a few laps down, but by completing his 9th lap of the race, he will at least score points. So well done to him. And Zucho as well will also score points in 22nd place.
So after 13 positions gained, when we missed it by 1 and starts 10th.
Yeah. Stephen Hurd gained 14 places. I feel like Hurd gained all those places well in the first couple of laps and just wasn't able to make progress.
And Mihailov gets to Una reverse the Smiller Esport boys and starts ahead of them.
Yeah. He's like, you know what you did in that last race to me? If you could just, do
that's
the same,
everyone behind.
Then I'd really appreciate that.
Yep.
Here's the race 1 results. Dennison dominated that one from 2nd on the grid. Ahead of Moon and Douglas. Sikorsky was top of the Prams and Hilton was top of the AMs. And of course, it was a bad race for Bumi and for Bonacorsi as well. Bumi's so unlucky. He would have finished in 2nd place with James. But, so I'm going to sneeze. So that's the 2nd sneeze of the broadcast, and no one wants to hear that. Would have finished 2nd, but had a random meatball for, we think, hitting a tyre bale. Here's the race 2 results. Moon 6 seconds clear. That's got to be maybe the biggest winning margin of the season. Douglas and Sikorsky top of the Pro-Ams, and Hilton top of the amateurs. He's been very strong today, has Russ. Look at that water. It's a stream.
Well, it's dead straight. I found this FPS then. Let's turn off the water reflections.
Well, there's these screens around the circuit which play like the iRacing trailer from about 15 years ago. That's got to be an option to turn that off.
Right, reverse grid. Carnage?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, can pole position actually survive lap 1? Maybe it's the case that on pole position you're on like a slight divot or something, and it just makes starting a bit harder. Like it's a very undulating pit straight here.
Sure.
I don't know if that's something to do with it. I doubt it. So yeah, we'll see if Mihailo can cope better than some of his rivals. Shouts out, by the way, to the late Apex, which we will be presenting tomorrow. There's no episode to listen to at the moment, but you can listen to last week's one if you want. And then also to Apex Racing Academy, who provide data packs for these TCR cars, as well as many other cars on iRacing. And of course, check out apexracingleague.com as well, where you can sign up for our leagues. Also, smart to join our Discord and follow our social media platforms as well, so you get the latest news on any series that get announced. We have got 30 seconds more of this interlude before we go into race 3.
Yeah, we got a lot to chat about again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And all the games are on the brink of releasing.
We've got a Rennsport release date.
I know, on console.
November 10th?
I can't believe I get to sell my PC, just put the PS5 on the rig and Rennsport it for life now.
I'm really disappointed that my birthday's on November the 2nd.
What, because of
So I could have got Rennsport for my birthday, but no. Lewis's birthday is 1st of November, so we both missed out.
Alright.
So
I will save up and try
can
and
you
get...
pre-order it for a second?
I might be able to use my name to get 2 free copies.
Yeah? Wow, thank you so much.
I know.
It's not as though we've had the closed beta, or the open beta, or the early access
For a lifetime,
for the past
yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, exciting stuff. But no, all the games are on the brink of releasing.
Yeah. We have got a grid. Mihailov on pole ahead of Harhov, Schiebel, Fowler, Beament, Bjorklund, Sikorsky, Douglas, and Moon. The rest of the order is the same as the finishing order for race 2. So who you going to go for the win on this one?
Has to be Mihailov, to be honest, and
Yeah.
not because of pole. And it's tough with those Smiller boys doing the formation flying. I'm not sure. I mean, Wayne Douglas, Sikorsky, they're very good at overtaking. You know, Russ Fowler's a very solid driver, but overtaking is not what he's about. But Bjorklund, Sikorsky, Douglas. No, I think Mihailov.
Here we go. This time, the pole sitter gets away. Good enough. He leads heading into turn 1. There's Simeon Mihailov. Behind him, the top 6 all in the same order. Beeman almost forced a little bit wide there. Moon stays in 9th position. I'm really seeing very few changes, but yeah, Bjorklund so has gained a place. He has got past Beeman in all of that as Moon tries to navigate his way through. He's actually under a bit of pressure from Stephen Herbert, manages to cover off. Now this is
Everyone's alive.
the issue corner from the first 2 races. We've seen a couple of track blockages so far. At the front, it's absolutely fine, but this is where it could be much more of a problem. Everyone's staying on the tarmac under braking.
All clean so far.
They're
No
done well.
Constantina effects.
But that does mean that we've got even more cars heading up to this second narrow chicane.
Bonakorski up 2. Oh, Daniel Spillane. No, that's his internet. I forgot about his internet.
Bonakorski now only 3 places behind Moon. I'm sure he would like to share his thoughts on the incident earlier on that he had with Moon later in his race.
I think he might be prohibited from interview, to be fair. Bonakorski staring at a sign that says "Stay mellow." Bonakorski reply, "Send."
He's up to P11 now. Only 1 car between him and young Soo Moon, who is not making too much progress so far. But Bjorklund up 1 place, Beeman down 1, Douglas up 1, Sikorsky down 1.
Toth died.
Oh, no, it's not been a good day for
Alan
Toth,
just
has it?
mentioned last car hit the barrier, then I saw Toth. Oh, wait.
Hutchinson's gone off the circuit as well.
Hutchinson, Finkbinder, Zoku, Dennison, Baseggio, and everyone. I saw all those 5 or 6 off the circuit.
Well, Hutchinson's got a slowdown as well.
Yeah, Dennison, Baseggio, they all did. I wonder what they all did. I'm curious now how so many cars.
I think they all just followed each other a bit wise at T1.
Oh, teammates door banging.
So, yeah, Toth is the one
Bonakorski.
lap down so far.
He's going to die the same way. Oh. That's actually Bonaskorsky and James Buemi.
Yeah, but it's another altitude car, right? He's already collided twice with at that chicane. Now he can see his championship rival.
Yeah, let's see. And Halov doing everything he needs. Fastest lap of the race as well.
Schiebel falling a bit off actually in third place. I wonder if Schiebel will not deliberately hold up the rest of the field, but inadvertently, oh, it's Bonacorsi, I think, messed up a corner, and he's right to the pit wall there, with Buemi trying to get back underneath. There goes Buemi.
Yeah, Bonacorsi's lifted.
And Bonacorsi tries to get the cut back, but he lost out again, and Moon gets away. Here is Buemi. And Bonacorsi might lose another place if he's not careful. He makes contact. And
Buemi touched the grass as well while he got bumped, so it made his car nearly do a flip.
And this is costing them so much time right now.
Whoa,
Oh,
no way.
No.
Oh,
no.
No. Was that Moon?
No.
Wait, was that Moon?
Our hands are on our heads.
I have no words. I mean...
Well, I said it would be entertaining earlier on. I'm not sure if that's the emotion I'm feeling right now, entertained. But it's something.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Bonacorski's... I'm not the steward, but I think that's more going to be than a longer than a 10-second
Yeah,
probably
I
like a
feel
10
like we can
season.
congratulate Youngsu Moon on the title. I mean, unless there's very good evidence of a brake failure / throttle jamming
That was
simultaneously.
pure brain failure. He...
Oh. Backmire off the circuit. It's all going on. And while that was all going on, there was a pile-up at the hairpin.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even sure what's going on at the hairpin. I'm sure we'll get a replay of it in a second. But Russ Fowler...
No.
Well, we don't want a replay of that instant, let's say, but the Russ Fowler instance would be very interesting because he collided with Bjorklund just ahead of those guys and basically creates a track blockage. We're going to get a replay of what happened. So this is Fowler ahead of Bjorklund.
I think it's a grass clip.
And then there's
No.
Beeman.
Oh, no.
Fowler just... I think he's so occupied with what's going on up ahead that he sort of forgot that there was the other car just ahead, the Smiller Esports car. That is so unlucky for Taran Schiebel, who I said might start holding up the rest of the order. Here is Zuko.
Yeah, really poor from Bonacorski. Yeah.
I guess it was Buemi re-overtaking, which was the final straw, right? Which was like, I think just pushed him over the edge in terms of anger. Here's his teammate though, Zuko. Still in a furious battle. The pack is still very close, 17.5 seconds separates the top 21. Which, I know, I guess we're only 6 minutes in, but I feel like we've had a lot of incidents, and yet, yeah, no, it's not pulled away too much. Spillane alongside Dennison. Dennison up 11 places so far. And Zuko still battling with Harris Secondary.
Oh, it was a touch. It looks like they're going to get it stopped. Yeah. Dangerous place to get touched. You got the constant rolling corner.
Oh, send from Douglas.
No, that's too much. Oh no. Well,
he missed.
Yeah, he got it. He did get it stopped, but it was dangerous.
Didn't exactly trouble the apex, but Sikorsky might hold on here. We've seen this outside line work, but if Douglas is as daring on the brakes as he was on the corner before.
Oh, no. Of course he's mirror watching. Yeah, he was just mirror. Like,
and here comes Beeman.
Douglas actually. Oh,
and Hurd as well. And Sikorsky's got to think of the championship here. It's not worth having a crash. And look at that queue of cars behind. And Douglas can sprint off away now in P3. Up 5 places from his race start, Douglas. He might be the highest scorer across the evening. He's the only one who's only pro who's not had a crash. Sikorsky left, right, ends up in the middle. And this train goes all the way back to James Dennison down in 13th place. So this is a 10-car train.
Yeah, Mihailov doing everything he needs to, though. Almost got a second. Yeah, the gap to P3 is huge.
Mihailov hasn't won a race this season, right? Harmon has.
Trying to think. He's definitely been in contention. I think the Spa reverse grid, he had a chance. I'm trying to remember. He's definitely had the chance, though. But yeah, sometimes it's been really tough when the fast guys get through the field.
Oh, that's one of the altitude cars. It's Bumi. He's got past Hilton. Hilton's having a great day, but Bumi is up 3 places now from his race start. Recovering very well after that. Super unlucky meatball in race 1. James Dennison with the fastest lap of the race in that last lap, down in 13th. Still can't get past Lucas Finkbeiner though.
I just can't believe Monacorski spent all that time in the last race driving around like an idiot doing stupid dives, and then everything in the third race. I don't understand. Denison,
Skandari's had enough. There he is, rejoining.
Where is Harhoff's teammate? Where's he? What happened to Harhoff's teammate? Remind me.
That was the hairpin.
Oh,
crash.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, he got killed by Russ Fowler.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough one to call. Russ definitely came in hot. But was it Sheeple?
Sheeple, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was allowed to be slightly apex. Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell, especially these cars. I'm not used to the closing speeds of the TCRs. Very tough to call. Nice battle here. Russ Fowler and... Is that Hedgecock? No. Spillane. Sorry, wrong team. Lots of Smilla and lots of altitude.
Yeah.
It's been really good.
Yes, Miller doing well, 2nd place in the team's championship at the moment. Behind, of course, the leading team of Mag Performance. Although, be it Mag Performance not scoring many points today because Mercier is not around, right? And Moon obviously being wiped out in this race 3. So Smiller will cut down the gap. I don't think it'll be enough with only 1 round to go. It will be a bit smaller after this round. Dennison finally passed Finkbeiner. I say finally passed Finkbeiner. I don't think it took him too long. He's up to 11th now. Could still get up as high as maybe P5. I don't think he'll get Sikorsky. Oh, even Douglas isn't that much further up the road. Be a lot of cars to overtake though. Douglas, he had great pace in race 2. Because he basically led home Sikorsky in 2nd and 3rd place.
Hilton ahead of Shirokov? Or is that a battle?
That is a battle happening.
Is it getting brighter on track, or is it just...
yeah, the clouds have gone away from him.
Hutchinson and... Who was that?
Finkbeiner is alongside him.
Oh! Clipping that was so easy. Down a bit of smoke, rejoin. Well, we did see Hilton and Shirokov fighting. I wonder if something happened.
Oulton very much making his bed with that mistake.
Oh.
And now there's more contacts.
What a save! What? It looked a little netcodey, but it was hard to tell from the closest speed. But damn, what a save!
Well, an awful few corners for Anthony Hilton. He was doing ever so well. But was this? It was the reason. Igor Shirokov into the back of him.
We've seen that. It's too tempting, right? Like, I know it looks dumb and looks stupid, and we've seen it quite a few times, but like, there's no overtaking this track, and then they see that corner open up, and you're like, oh, there's a big gap, please. And then the second you poke your nose, they turn, and then you feel a little bit silly.
I think that was James Bumi just getting past Stephen Hurd, so he's up into P6 now, is Bumi. Sikorsky will have basically one hand on the trophy, I think, after today, if it ends like this. Because his main championship rival, to be fair, is Leon Harhoff. He was scoring good points for 2nd place, but Harhoff didn't have a good race 1. So I think Sikorsky, with the gap they had already into this round, I think will be very close. There was the move from Bumi to get past Hurd for P6 at T1. Denison with another fastest... Oh, well, no, sorry, got close to another fastest lap did. Denison, he's up 15 places from his race start, down 24th. Here comes Sikorsky, meanwhile, on Douglas. Douglas with a little bit of a snake bait, maybe. And Sikorsky's basically been stuck behind Douglas for the past race and a half. Is still stuck behind Wayne Douglas. He's keeping a clean face of it. Here comes Beemans on our outside.
Yeah, looking good.
And these guys are all batsing, and it's inviting everyone else back up.
That's what you love to see. That's TCR driving.
And Douglas has got a slowdown now. And I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to this one. He's a bit slow on the power there. Sikorsky's got a slowdown as well. They both ran too wide at T1.
So can Beeman get this done? No. He's early on the brakes there, and he's going to get swamped. Yeah, he's going to get completely swamped.
Well, that's how little the slowdown does. Sikorsky overtook Beeman whilst he had a slowdown.
Well, I think they lost so much time on the exit. They're all over the grass, all of them. So they might have got a lot of it served on the recovery.
That's gone remarkably badly for Beeman. Looked like he might be up into 3rd place for a minute there, but he's back down into 6th.
Yeah. And to be fair, unless you've got the right overlays, you don't know your competitors have slowdowns.
Sure.
I mean, she wasn't even that long ago. iRacing didn't expose any of that information. Now you find all the overlays are showing it, so it's quite useful. Oh, late, and he thinks better of it. Denison not... I still don't know what it was. I don't know if it was sort of wheel failure off the start and then that's what caused the incident after, or if it just was a bad start and then...
I thought it was just wheel spin, but I might be wrong. I thought he just got an absolute ton of it.
But then the incident was a weird one, right? He just...
Yeah, true, actually. But had he already hit the wall? He hit the wall at 1 and then sort of went off to the inside. Oh, that's a send from Sikorsky. And Sikorsky has taken out Douglas, and that could have championship repercussions. And that was an unnecessary risk there from Sikorsky. He's lost a place anyway. He's up to 3rd.
We'll take a look at it and see. I only caught it for like a millisecond.
I mean,
he's far back.
Again, I think this is another case where you're mirror watching. Yeah.
He wasn't getting it stopped.
Well, that is... Leon Harhoff's done a very good job in this race, but I think Sikorsky's just handed him a massive help there in the Pro-Am Championship, because Sikorsky will likely get a 10-second penalty for that, I reckon, and that, with how close the field is, will send him well outside the top 10.
Yeah. Harhoff needs to do the one thing I've said he needs to do to win this championship, and that's just finish strong. Like, he's had so many opportunities to finish strong and always gone for that one step more. But that's not necessarily a bad aspect to have in your driving, but yeah, he's a solid driver. Great stuff from Mahalov. Did you check if Mahalov had a win? Oh, I suppose you have to check every race, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's not particularly easy for him to find out, but we've seen some other Pro-Ams will take race wins. We've seen Harhoff, we've seen Hutchinson, we've seen Sikorsky all take race wins.
Yeah, I feel like Mahalov definitely led. I just don't know if he won.
I think you're right about Spa as well. I think I remember being good at Spa as well earlier this season.
And Brands Hatch next week. Obviously, last time we went there, it rained. You have to wonder if the iRacing system's just got it all cached for you and remembering what you last did. That was epic.
It's so good, right?
Yeah, and this man nearly won. Harhoff needed one more lap. But
he did win race 3, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
He was also very strong in race 2. You're right about race 2. He was the winner of the wet timers. But in race 3, he just won.
What I loved about it the most is both strats were fast.
Yeah.
It was just who could maximise the either dry to wet or full wet. Full wet and make a big margin. That was a good strat. Doing it the opposite way was awful for them, but then they were so quick at the end.
Yeah.
And it was also a actually the strats practically balanced themselves out. Had it been a lap or two more, it would have been awful, but...
Is that the only wet race we've had this season? I don't think we've had any other rain.
We had, didn't it rain before the race in one of them?
Oh, Silverstone. Silverstone, there was a lot of rain, to be fair.
Yeah, that's it.
That was a damp, a damp race 1, dry race 2, wet race 3.
Look at me remembering things from the past. Yeah. Insane. I'm going to start challenging you. Problem is mine's about a 13-week radius. Yours is quite a bit.
Sure, yeah. So we've only got one more lap to go after this. That big pack from 4th, well, frankly 3rd down to 13th that we had earlier on has opened up quite a bit. Still got the Beemans, Hurd, Dennison, Sikorsky battle, but obviously remember Sikorsky will almost certainly get a penalty. I guess the only thing is if it's not protested.
Who's right?
That one instance, so Sikorsky who murdered Douglas. The stewards don't trawl through the replay. And so if it's not protested, then Sikorsky might get away with it. But if it is protested, it will guarantee be a penalty. Maybe only 5 seconds, maybe only enough to put him behind Douglas. Yeah, but it's still a silly, well, not even a silly move. It wasn't an attempted overtake, it was just a mistake.
Yeah, he's been strong this season as well, Sikorsky. Is he the guy?
Started off as NAM.
Yeah, started off as NAM. And then when he got promoted to Pro, I mean, he was P2?
Yeah.
In the promoted category. Yeah, I like the look of this James Dennison. It's obviously a shame what happened in race 2, and it's definitely messed him up for race 3. Yes, quite the win.
Not quite enough there, but out in the lead, we have got Simeon Mihailov, who we think, not 100% sure, but we think this will be his first race win in the series. I think his first race win in Apex Racing League at all, and it is very well deserved. It is the Wizards team, 246, Simeon Mihailov, who wins race 3 at Oulton Park. Leon Harhoff with big points for his Pro-Am Championship hopes.
Yeah.
And James Bumu up 7 places. Very nice performance. Who needs a reverse grid when you can just gain 7 places yourself? And he was ahead of Sikorsky, Beemans, Hurd, and Dennison. Lucas Finkbeiner will be winner of the amateurs. Russ Fowler, I don't think there's any doubts. Fowler was by far the fastest amateur today, but too many incidents. I think the one in race 3 was his fault. The one in race 1 was not his fault. But in the end, Hilton, I guess, was probably the highest scoring amateur driver across the night.
Yeah, is Hilton quite new?
No,
Or-
but he has got a lot better as the season's gone on.
Nice. There's Pikachu. Basic. He has full power of electricity.
If there was a poster
Yeah.
of a Ferrari
Yeah.
in the background, and you said, "Oh, Ferrari, that's I like Ferrari."
I would have said basic.
Exactly. So get off my back.
All right. Deal.
Well done to all the, well, most of the drivers. Mihailov, obviously with the race. I mean, we will get an interview with a few of the drivers in a second, but none of them have joined us quite yet. So we can preview the next round of the championship. Brands Hatch, we've already chatted about it a little bit. If we do get a wet Brands Hatch, do you think he'll be better on the full layout than the short layout?
No. Well, did we get any mid-race pit stops in the short? They just stuck it out, right?
It was always better just to stick it out because you lose 40 seconds. if you change
Yeah.
tyres.
Do you know what? I don't like the Indy layout, but I don't know if it can be anything can be as peak as that.
Yeah.
There's rain.
The lapping as well was good, wasn't it, in race 1?
Yeah.
Where the slick tyre runners were going past the wet tyre runners to lap them.
It was done perfectly.
Yeah.
Where we didn't know what was the right call. Half the grid was starting on the wets, half was starting on the dries. Some people made both work. I just thought it was fantastic. So I just think rain doesn't give it enough benefit on, I love this layout though. So even if it's dry, it's going to be really, it makes for great racing in TCRs.
It should be really good. There are the results. Mihailov winning out ahead of Harhov, Bumi, Sikorsky and Beement. Top of the amateurs was Lucas Finkebeiner. We do have an interview with a driver, and it is with our rookie driver for today, James Dennison, who joins us now. James, thank you for having a chat with us. Congratulations. What an introduction to the league to take a race win at your first attempt.
Yeah, thanks very much. I did enjoy the first race. It was really good. It was great to beat so many super quick drivers. I've seen the broadcast before, so I know how quick they are. So yeah, I just saw a gap into the first corner and took it, and then managed to drive away. But yeah, I hadn't managed to practice as much as I wanted, so that race start went pretty well. But obviously race 2, just getting the clutch and throttle timing right didn't go so well, and got a tap on the back into the first corner, so that pretty much put me out. But yeah, good fight back in race 3 as well. So yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, 17 places gained was a very good effort in that race 3. What's sort of your main experience in iRacing now? What car are you mainly specialising in, and do you have any experience in the TCR?
No, to be fair, I mean, that race start in race 1 was the first time I'd done a race start in the TCR for probably about a couple of years. I haven't driven the car in a very long time, but I saw that there was an opportunity to do this round in the league. I like Oulton, so I thought I'd give it a go. But yeah, mainly I did the BRSCC Winter Esports Series, which I know was also broadcast on Apex Racing as well. So that was a BMW M2, and then I think I'm mainly doing a bit of Porsche Carrera Cup stuff now, so it's a bit of a switch to go from rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive. But yeah, once you get the knack of it, it's good fun.
Yes, absolutely. And so of course, being part of the BRSCC, does that mean that you race in real life as well?
Yeah, I have raced in real life. I haven't so far this year. I'm going to be in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I usually race an MG ZR, which is front-wheel drive, or an MX-5, which is obviously a really good fun rear-wheel drive sports car, Mark 1 MX-5, which was in the BRSCC. So yeah, a little bit of real-life experience to go with the sim stuff as well.
Awesome. Well, we really wish you luck, of course, for the final round of the season, James. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I think just thanks very much to the sponsor, Alba Studios, and obviously to you guys as well for doing a great job on the commentary. I was trying to watch it in between the races and just beforehand. So well done to you guys, and everyone that sets up the league, because I know it's a lot of effort that goes into it. So yeah, I think that's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the kind words, James, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks' time.
Cool. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers. GG's. Cheers.
James Dennison.
Yeah, great drive.
Very good.
He didn't say what he got his 8K in. He was very
I
nonchalant.
asked what his finish would be. He said not the TCR, basically.
But he seems like he can jump in anything.
Yeah, it's strange that we haven't... Well, maybe not strange that I haven't, but strange that you haven't sort of crossed paths. Or is he in the split above you?
I don't know. Depends what he drives. It depends what he drives.
A lot of drivers.
If he drives the M2 and the TCRs, he might favour the Mazdas and all that type of cars.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for our interviews then. So I think that's pretty much
to Brands Hatch
done for us. Brands Hatch, one more round to go. What a shame.
Shall we manually design the weather? Like go back and try and recreate?
Yeah, you can't. But we can't say that.
Well, we won't say that on stream.
No, we can't say that.
We'll say it as random.
Yeah, otherwise that would raise suspicions.
Yes.
So yeah. But yeah, let's see what will happen. Yeah, of course. Do make sure to tune in for next week. Make sure to subscribe to Apex Racing TV. We've got a lot of new series starting up recently, so plenty to watch in different time zones as well. And of course, leave a like on this video. Follow our social medias as well, and check out the Apex Racing League Discord in the description below. And check out all the other services as well, SDK Gaming and Apex Racing Academy. All of them. More details are on them in the description below as well. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from David Sampson, and from everyone here at the Apex Racing TV Esports studio, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks' time for the season finale of Apex Racing League Touring Car Brits in 2025. We will see you then.
Ciao.